Did everybody have a good day today? All right. A couple more days of this, of learning and fun and celebration, all rolled into one for an epic few days. Before I get started, I think it's appropriate to give out a couple of things. So I'm going to ask you a few people to please stand up. Megan Maddox, will you please stand up? Stephanie Clark. Stephanie Clark, where's Stephanie? Oh, there's Stephanie. Congratulations. Thank you, Stephanie. And Todd Davis. Todd, please stand. As you know, there's a lot of planning that goes into this, and we started working on this back in midsummer, I think is when we first started to think about things, and we've been working on the details, and Todd has kind of been managing the whole execution, and Stephanie and Megan have done a ton of work. I also want to thank Kirsty Conklin and Hannah. You guys did a great job on all the marketing and branding stuff. Thank you all very much. Also, in front of you, or in front of most of you, there are nomination forms for our Fun Awards. Those of you who are new and weren't with us last fall, when we were up in northern Michigan, remember that we had a lot of laughs around some of the Fun Award nominations that were put forward. So if you don't have one, grab one. We'll pass these out again tomorrow morning. But by the end of the day tomorrow, before everybody breaks before the Rock and Roll, we'll ask you to submit your Fun Awards, which we will then go through and we'll pick the best ones for tomorrow night. So funny and embarrassing is good, hint, hint, as we think about cross-divisional, cross-school, cross-functional, whatever it might be. So take those home with you tonight. We'll pass again out tomorrow morning, and if you can have them all in. Who's our collection point? Steve, are you our collection person tomorrow?
Yes.
Thank you, Steve. So if you have one, give it to Steve tomorrow, and we'll, I think we do that at some point tomorrow night. We go through and have the official fun celebration for the Epic Awards. This is obviously a pretty special night for me, and I hope for all of us. Lizanne grabbed me again tonight during the photo and said, "Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Remember 3 years ago when we had our first Epic Summit, as she said this morning, 5 people showed up, so to get the picture is pretty easy. But to see the growth is really rewarding, I think, for so many of us. I talked to Michelle earlier tonight, and we were just both standing in amazement at how this group has grown and the success we've had together, and the common vision and the common values that we bring to our jobs and to our mission every day. But I think more importantly than that is the talent and the commitment of the people that we continue to add to the team. As I think about all the different people, some of whom I've met for the first time tonight, that have joined us over the last year, it's amazing to see the commitment from each one of you, the passion for what we're doing, the focus on excellence and changing kids' lives. And that combined in this room, I don't know about you, but there's just a tremendous amount of energy that just exudes from this group. So when you have that kind of energy, it can't help but get me and hopefully all of you excited about what's in front of us. We've had our bumps and bruises across the board in these first few years, but I think about the future and what we can accomplish together is pretty incredible. So as we're always talking about what's next, as we always seem to be raising the bar and asking for more and more success from each of you, it's appropriate to step back and to have a night like tonight where we say thank you and we celebrate you, the school leaders and the admission folks who drive the success every single day and make that ultimate life change with each and every one of your students. So this is a celebration, a thanks to each of you for the amazing results that we've done. Just a little bit of history. We started this awards night concept when several of us worked together back at National Heritage Academies. And a quick story on that is back in, I think it was 1998 or 1999, I came forth and said to all the principals that, hey, we're going to, next year, like I did last year, we're going to have this award ceremony and give out plaques to top performers based on quantitative metrics and things like that. And it was really a downer. There was a lot of pushback from the traditional educators about, oh, you can't do this. We don't want to separate ourselves out. We don't want to be measuring. And it was a courageous moment to push through to have that first award night. By the time I left, that became the top night of the year for all of those school leaders and for the organization, because there's nothing like celebrating success. And we all work so hard that to have a chance to be rewarded for the results you're generating is just so appropriate. So we do that same thing here. This is our first time through. The good news is we have lots of awards, and it's exciting to see the kind of year we had. I mentioned earlier that this last year was a breakthrough year for us, and because of so much work that's been done in this room, it really has launched AEG and Fusion and Little Sprouts and Barnstable and Tampa Day and Shriner to new levels. So, with that, the other key component I want to mention is that these are designed to be inclusive, not exclusive. There's not a school of the year where one school wins and everybody else loses. The metric is set, and everybody who surpasses that benefits from that and earns an EPIC award. And that's what we want to do. As somebody said earlier today, it's not about I win, you lose. It's about how many of us can chin the bar and win together. And that's what we want to celebrate. So, our categories, if you have your little program, are in 6 different areas. Enrollment, distinguished stewardship, which is code for EBITDA or cash flow. We figured if these are sitting on your wall, stewardship would look better than profitability. Ain't no flies on us, huh? Thirdly is New School Launch Success Awards, Parent Loyalty Awards. 5th is Academic Achievement Awards. And then lastly, a few Innovations and Improvement Awards in the academic arena. Some of these are year-to-year improvements. So a lot of the schools that aren't yet have 2 full years of existence aren't eligible for some of these, although you, with your first years, you'd certainly qualify. And we think in future years, the continued performance will earn awards in these categories. But understand we're using base years, and we're not using base years that are stub years of 3 or 4 months versus a full year. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. I will also say that we have various levels where if you hit the initial benchmark, we may not give you an award for the initial benchmark if you've ended up being the top performer in a particular category. So don't get nervous if you feel like I should have won that award, because maybe you want a bigger award. One other thing on logistics is, as you win an award, for those of you who win an award, we want you to come up. We're going to take a quick picture for each award winner the first time. Some of you are lucky to win 2 or 3 awards. We won't take a picture 2 and 3 times in order to keep things moving along pretty well. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Category number 1 is our Enrollment Achievement Awards category. And the first group is the Outstanding Growth Award. This award goes to schools that grow by at least 10% versus the previous year. So again, you had to be 2 years of history as of the end of June to receive this award. And I will start with this school, which grew 10.1%, just over the bar, $148,000 of revenue growth. And the winner of our first award goes to Little Sprouts Lawrence, Jennifer Michalowski.
Very nice. Take one more. There it is. Very good. Thank you. Our
second award grew 11.2% from last year. Revenue growth of $193,000 goes to Little Sprouts in Methuen, Mass. Melanie Mixby. Our third award for outstanding growth. This school grew 15.9%, a revenue growth of $380,000 from the previous year. And the winner is Fusion San Diego, Cody Gillespie, and Brian Elwood.
Super Bon Bon.
Super fun.
You don't want Cody and I.
Yes, she needs to be up there.
There you go. It feels odd, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Here we go. Very nice. We're gonna take two pictures. One, two, three. One more. There it is. Just in case I blink on the first
All right, our next winner in the category for outstanding growth. This school grew 17.5% last year, revenue growth of $280,000. And the winner is Little Sprouts Andover at Kate.
Very nice. There it is. One more.
I didn't hear my name.
Very nice. Thank you.
All right, our next winner grew 54% from the previous year, a revenue growth of $256,000. The winner is Little Sprouts Woburn, Gina Colarusso, but accepting the award is Erica Reed on behalf of Gina.
That's true.
Very nice. You take one more, okay? Very nice.
All right. All right. So that includes our Outstanding Growth Award. And now we have a couple other awards. This award is the Top Growth Percentage Award for the company this year, or most recent year versus the previous year. The runner-up at 54% was Little Sprouts Woburn, as I just mentioned. And the winner grew 143% from the previous year, an increase of $429,000. The winner is Little Sprouts Amesbury and Anna McMahon. category in revenue growth is highest actual dollar growth versus percentage growth versus the previous year. The runner-up was again Little Sprouts Amesbury in second place. The winner, however, was with an increase of $432,000 last year, growing from $1.19 million to $1.62 million, goes to Little Sprouts Haverhill West and Heather Mojica. Accepting the award for them is Kelly Doherty.
Go Heather.
All right. Our next category, Distinguished Stewardship Awards. EBITDA.